Well, good morning. We are going to show you as it pops up, the Adobe InDesign CC. We're going to do the layout for the notepads, and we want to show you how to do it. And it'll be very simple. I mean, incredibly simple. And we'll kind of try to walk you through some stuff. And I think you'll understand where we're coming from when you see this. Okay, it's similar to the setup we just did a couple days earlier, just getting you familiar with the Adobe system of InDesign. Okay, so obviously we have the panels that are going up here right now as we speak, and we'll do that. We're going to close out of our. We're not going to close, but we're going to minimize our web browser, and you can see it has the setup panels. It's going to go through a series of things here. We're going to divide it just like we did before on the master page, just to help ourselves out. And you're going to see that you have the four quadrants. Okay. Remember, some of you have, when you started up your Adobe InDesign, it might have been on the touch. And that was this icon up here. I completely forgot that if you're brand new to the system, it'll do that. Okay. And it'll look similar to, and I'm going to click it and see if it'll move over that way so you can see what I'm talking about. The touch is more for, they actually said they can make this for not a laptop, but even a phone. And I'm like, I'm not sure how you could do that. Okay. But see, you lose a lot of the functions that you could really use that we're so used to in Adobe InDesign. There's some here, but it really is not robust as it is in the regular start menu. So you take it out of touch and go to start, and we're back to this screen, okay? So you're going to say new, and we're going to get a letter, okay, an 8.5 by 11. So if you're not sure, just go to print, helps yourselves out. Letter orientation's tall, okay, right here. Facing pages, turn that off. Margins, again, we want 0.375. I always do it. I'm just so used to doing it because you always need that little extra room. If you go 0.25, then you're probably going to cut something off on the printer. Okay, so that's why I do 0.375. And we'll hit create. I'm only doing one page right now because I know I'm going to add some, but it's not going to be hard to do. It's very easy. And, I don't want to make it complex. Okay. So we're going to go up here to master page. Okay. So we're there on the master page because your icon, it says a master, you're clicked on it. You're going to click on the ruler, pull over, and there is that. We're at 4.25. Yeah, 4.25. So I'm looking on the screen there, get it to 4.25 right there. I think I'm off a little bit. And I can still move it. There you go. That's 4.25. 5.5. Okay. Then I'm also going to go over here again. Remember the three, 4.25. So we want to go 3.7, not 3.753. We'll go right there, that's 3.875. And we were putting the 0.375 around the edge. Okay, so there's a quarter. There's that's the half. We want to go right there. Okay. I guess I got to click and let go. Sorry, that was my fault. I'm not letting go. There you go. There you go. And now we want to do the middle. 5.5. There's a quarter. 3.75. Click it. And 5.5. There's a quarter. Click it. Okay. So there's quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So if we put anything inside that frame, it'll look centered. Okay. So we're going to go to page 1. And if you want, you can click your text tool, draw in this box right in that area, and say, from the desk of, God, I cannot type, of Mr. Tully, okay? Or whatever someone says. Maybe they have a quote. You can copy and paste, okay? Okay, so let's do that. And so let's say that's there, okay? Now, if you get sick of seeing all these lines, like this text box line, if you go under View and turn Overprint, it disappears. Okay, it means it's there. Only time is when you'll see is when you click on it. Okay, now we're gonna go File, Place. I'm gonna place a graphic. Just God love you. I'm gonna look at the desktop if there's anything really great. Okay, I might use one of these. This is actually a vinyl thing I cut yesterday and put it out on the wall. And remember, I'm going to click and drag where I want it to be. Okay. Now, let's say, now you can obviously, that's the size that it came in as. And we can do a little bit here. If you hold the Shift and Control at the same time, you'll get this, it'll proportionally get bigger. Okay. Okay. And let's say I want to fade the edges like we did before, in that one project, last project. And we're just going to fade them. And let's say we want to really fade a little bit. And you want to fade it. Okay. Because remember, you're going to have to write over this. So you can go like this. Okay. And there you go. Okay. Probably about 15 to 20 tops is the what they call opacity. So that's so we can write over the top of it. Okay. Now, let's say you really want to work on this in Photoshop a little bit. Okay. You can say Edit Original, and I'm not sure if it's going to take me in Photoshop or not. It's probably going to take me because it's a JPEG because we didn't do anything with it. Okay. But if this was into Photoshop, or I could say Edit With, and I can say go open Photoshop. Okay. And it will literally take that file and move it over to Adobe Photoshop for us. As you can see, it opened Photoshop. And so you can have two of these programs working at the same time. Literally, it's going to take, yes, it's me. I've done it. But I could lay out 12 people probably in an hour, okay, or less, okay? Because it's pretty easy. One, you got to find what the quote is, copy, paste, look at the graphic, place it in there, and then we go from there and see what you've got. Okay, but I think it's very important that you take the time to look at it. Basically, this is how you make the notepads. Okay, I'm waiting for the Photoshop to open up. I do want to show you. I'm going to tweak it just a hair, just to show you how you can manipulate it. And when you save it and it'll bring it back over, it should, well, it might not. It might see the JPEG. I'll show you here in a second. Remember, okay, here goes Photoshop. It should open the file, hopefully here in a minute. It's like a bad Jeopardy game. And there is, you can see the wheel spinning there. There it is. Let's say I want to crop this. So I want to crop the photo a little bit. That's the crop tool, remember here. Everyone, come on. Okay, so we can crop it. So we want to come down here like that. And let's say, and I want to Control L, which is change the levels. Let's see. There it is. There's levels. And let's say I want to push, and I'm moving this so you can see it a little bit. Come on. There you go. And I can push this. I can make this a little lighter. And I can really push this part. You can just play with it. Okay, that's actually, that part's on my camera. Okay, cell phone camera. Okay, so we're going to save this. You could save it as a JPEG. Okay, but whatever you do, it's set. So let's say, we'll save it. We'll save it just as a JPEG again. Okay, we'll hit the close. And we'll go back to the Photoshop and see how it changed the size and it lightened itself up a little bit. I mean, it radically changed. And if you want to make it bigger again, hold the shift control, pull it over, and it should fill this the same. Now, let's say you do this and you just pull it. Oh crap, it didn't change. You can right click your mouse and say fitting and say fit content to the frame. Okay. It'll stretch it a little bit, or you can say fit proportionally, fill frame proportionally. See how I did that? Okay. So there's ways around this. Okay. Now, let's say you're saved this. You want to save the Photoshop, or excuse me, the InDesign file. So I'm going to say save as. And, obviously you save it on. So you want to say, use your name, Tilly Ed Notepads. And then SP 19, Spring 19. So I'm going to say Notepads. That's the name of the project, Spring 19. Okay, we'll hit save. Okay, so now it's got it. And now I'm also going to say export because I want to see the PDFs. It's going to export as the 19. Hit export. And there it is. Okay. So I have one notepad done. Okay. And that was, and I'm talking, it was probably 5-10 minutes. Okay. So you can see now, let's say, okay, I got 4 done. I want to do it again. So you'd always have to do is create a new page and it has those margins again, or you can actually do this. You can click on it and say duplicate the spread and you have 2 pages that are the same. And so maybe you want to just change the font or change the person's name. I don't care. So what? It doesn't matter to me. Okay. And obviously you change the graphics for that person. Okay. It's pretty easy, I think. Don't stress about this. This is the easy way because we're using Photoshop a little bit, but we're using InDesign. And you can really knock out right now. Like I said, you've got 4 people right here on one sheet of paper. So right now, 4, 8, 12. Here's 12 people, notepads I could get done. And literally, if I was not talking to you guys in this video, I would have it done in 15, 20 minutes. Okay. So, I think my goal is to get this done in a couple weeks, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay. If you have any questions, please ask, or please refer back to the video. Thanks. Have a great day.